All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. It's your boy, producer T, back with the boys with another week of ad libs, educational things. Is it okay to buy a Tesla? I don't know. Yeah, somebody's got one. Not me, though.
Baby, you can waste my time, my God. We can go there if you want it.
Wait, what is Blue Sky?
Blue Sky
Yeah.
is
Twitter
Twitter.
clone. It's just Twitter.
Okay. It's
Literally.
like, is it its own app? Is it its own thing? Or is it like...
Yeah, it's like its own
yeah.
website entirely. So today Twitter went down for an extended period of time.
Oh, no.
Today is also one of the most important days of my sports boy calendar on Twitter. National Football League free agency, where these guys gonna sign. Like, if I don't know it right away, then who am I as a person, you know?
Right,
like,
you're gonna miss the NFL FAs.
Why to wait 2 more hours to realize something that's gonna last for 5 years when I can learn 20 minutes earlier? So I elected to get into Blue Sky, which is a Twitter clone, and it looks exactly like it. And the news and everything on there is exactly like it. It's just not owned by Mr. Musk.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, this is like Twitter as it used to be. This is like a revamp of 2016 Twitter, blah, 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 which I miss personally.
Yeah. Do they have like the content moderation thing?
I think more than Twitter does, yeah. I haven't seen like
Twitter doesn't have any, so
I haven't seen anybody get like murdered yet. And Twitter, I got like 1 to 2 deaths a day currently.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have I get a lot of car crashes on my
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of car crashes, and then it's usually not the regular content. It's the comments that are exclusively for like OnlyFans ads. And I'm like,
dude, all of them,
like random stuff.
You'll see like the most like insane, like definitely death-worthy car crash, and then under it, it's like, I'm the hottest 18-year-old on this app, and you're like, ew, dude.
He's like, that's,
and you're like, I'll be
not really.
And then someone like, under there's like, that's my brother, and you're like, dude, what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah. So
it's a hellscape, bro.
It is, but the thing is I like it. A lot of people are like, I hate Twitter because I'm seeing all this crazy shit. Like, I was like 14 on Live Leak.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, sure.
I was looking at some wild shit early on. So like, knowing that I can go to Instagram and see all of the dumb like brain rot stuff, and then go on to Twitter and see like some of the most like traumatic, terrifying things in the world, and like having that balance in my life is good. And I'll go on Facebook and see all the baby pictures of people I went to high school with 15 years ago.
There it is.
You know,
different vibes.
On Blue Sky for
NFL. I literally went on there and followed every single NFL reporter, and that's all I have on there. So it's solely about sports.
Nice.
Is there a community? I'm sure there is, specifically for like sports commentary, like a social media app that's just for sports? Like, could you gate the
not
content
a successful one? I would argue that Twitter is so.
I feel like sports are so large. I feel like that.
If I go to my Twitter following section, it is only about sports, like 100%. I don't see anything else. I see music and sports. It's just back and forth because those are the people that I follow. So I would say probably Twitter was that for so long that it just is, because that's the immediate like post and see.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't think there isn't like I mean, you can call it ESPN, I guess, if you want that, but that's about it.
Got it. Okay.
I
feel
ESPN,
like,
though.
Yeah, because I feel like Reddit is so specialized, even within like its massive different communities. But like if for gaming stuff, or for like even like deep dives into like TV or like comic book culture or anything like that, like there's a Reddit forum for that specific thing. And I feel like it's similar enough to it's social media, but I feel like it's people are looking to speak about one thing. And I feel like Twitter, in my experience, is kind of just all over the place.
Well,
it
depends on how you make your
sports. It's politics. It's random celebrity shit. Like it's everything.
Doesn't it depend on how you make your feed though? Like if I'm on my following, I only see following stuff. So if you follow
are you in the communities at all? On
no,
Twitter?
I haven't gotten to the spaces or the communities or anything. It's
okay.
Hasn't touched me there.
Yeah,
but some of the spaces are so funny. Couple that I like listen into are just like people just yelling at each other. They're like, Naruto isn't even that good, dude. Like, I prefer this one way more. And it's just like, dude, I'm gonna kick you out of this space if you aren't more respectful for me. It's just like the most insane thing I've seen in my life. Okay. One thing I have been getting recently is the metaverse.
Really?
I've been getting a lot of metaverse clips, mostly people that are going in there causing chaos in the metaverse. This is something I'm not privy to. I'm very much an IRL kind of guy most of the time. So I'm not in like that virtual reality space. Have you ever heard of like phantom touch?
Yeah. Phantom touch.
Yeah.
Like when someone gets their arm amputated, but then they feel their arm?
Yeah.
Later?
Yeah.
Got it. Like the hand thing with mirror?
Or like phantom. I think they call it phantom sense or phantom touch on there.
Sure. Okay.
It's the same idea. It's like when you feel your phone vibrate, but it doesn't vibrate.
Yeah.
Phantom sense is if you're in an AI world and you run like through a body of a person. They're like, oh, I can actually feel that. They're like, don't touch me. I can feel it on my actual body. And then people are like, no, you can't.
I was like,
So
that seems weird.
There's like trolls. You know, I'm all for like let people do whatever they want. But like when they say that, they're like, what's your problem, dude? Don't touch me. I have phantom sense. And then the guy just runs through her again. She's like, please stop. Like, this is so horrible. And then he just runs through her again. He's like, I'm going to get you kicked out right now. Like, this is brutal.
Oh my God.
I'm like, and
God.
obviously I watched it like 7 times and now I'm just getting flooded with that.
Great. I've never seen this. I'm glad you had this experience. So I don't
Yeah,
really.
I don't think I've gotten.
as well.
I haven't gotten any metaverse content.
This is my first time like 2 days ago. I don't know what changed.
Wow.
So I mean, we're in terms of successful launches. Obviously, the metaverse was not super successful at the start.
Yeah.
Do we think that it's more popular now? Just slow,
No.
like slow growth.
Doubt it. Well, it's probably more popular just based on user count, but
And is it all VR headset based
I think so. Yeah. I don't think you can.
with the MetaQuest or whatever it's called?
Yeah. It has to be like movement, like based on your.
I've literally never seen or talked to anyone that's been in there.
I would like to go in there as like a test.
Yeah.
Just be like, what am I looking
people
at?
are running away from the world in there.
I mean,
It feels
that's
like
that's what phones are for, right? Like,
it feels like
both,
they're creating
paying
their
attention.
community. Like it's a community builder inside that place.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
Because another one was like, it's so weird. I'm seeing all these weird videos. Another one was like this girl and this guy were dating. I definitely think there's like a furry element to it too, because they can make themselves like what they want to look like. So this one girl was like a fox, and this other guy looked like LeBron James, and like he started talking, and you could definitely tell he's like a silly white boy. So I'm like, I don't know how this happened, but they're like talking, and she's like, you're so nice. I like you a lot. He's like, I like you more. And this guy's like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like running by him. And they're like, leave us alone. This is our space. He's like,
yeah, this is our
space.
space.
And then he ran right in between them. And they're like, stop getting in between us. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh man.
It's like, wild.
Feels like an episode of Black Mirror.
For 100%. It's very like dystopian.
I just love that there's in any community, in any space, there's going to be trolls. Like, dude, there's just no trolls are inescapable.
You can't get rid of them.
Obviously, there's going to be trolls on the metaverse. If they're not going to know who you are, like clearly, there's going to be trolls.
Yeah,
and that's like good. That it's like it evens out society. It's like you have the people living in their land, and then you have the people coming in and reminding them that the real world still exists.
Exactly. I support people being trolls and just like a little bit extra online.
Yeah.
If that's their outlet, and then they can just live life normally and like use their turn signals and just like be fine.
Use their
I'm cool. Like everyone needs an outlet for that sort of stuff.
But when people do it in real life,
go get it, bro.
I hate trolls in real life.
Well, that's most of my social media feed now is just like crash outs in like grocery stores or in parking lots or literally anywhere where I'm like, it looks staged, but a lot of people are just losing their minds. And then as soon as the camera starts rolling, they go even crazier.
Are you talking like Karen videos?
I feel like
it started.
That's like the OG, right? Karen videos.
Yeah.
But now I feel like it's just a lot of confrontation videos of like, you're not really sure who's wrong, but they are they're like fighting about something or they're arguing about something. Yeah. Oh, like I saw one. It was this young white girl, and she had like the Jamaica like braids that you used to get back when you go on vacation.
That's always good.
Right, and I thought it was
Never goes
staged
bad.
because then she immediately starts getting followed by this black woman who's like, "Yo, like pull it out right now, like it's really like you're appropriating my hair." And so, and then that girl went online and was like talking about it. And in my mind, I was like, "Oh, this is really good marketing for whatever podcast
she's doing."
because like it's everywhere, right?" But she's like, "No, this wasn't staged. I literally just had them." And then someone came up to me.
So do you think folks are more bold now? Just like gonna speak up, gonna crash out, they have an immediate feeling or reaction, they go for it, and there's no like, I'm gonna use a really political forward term, but decorum in the world.
I don't know if decorum is super politically forward. I think that's an okay word to use.
It's a very political used term right now in our space.
Well, because it's military based, which is system. Yeah, it's the whole thing. But I think people have very, very low patience now because of instant gratification, because everything's on their phone, and they're not used to speaking with each other in the same way that they did maybe when they were younger, or I mean, whatever it is. Like COVID changed us as a culture. Social media changed us even more. Plus, like everything's just very extreme. So I think, people lack a lot of patience. So unfortunately, a lot of people that don't have, control over their own emotions, they lash out immediately, or they were very responsive in a way that they probably wouldn't if they just like a breath. Like they probably wouldn't have that reaction at all.
Yeah.
But I think that's what you see. And it's interesting to watch.
Think before you speak. Also, there's a undue level of self-importance, I feel like. A lot of times.
People trying to prove a point all the time.
I've seen that so many times. It's like, my job is to do this. And you're like, was that really hurting anybody? Is that really that big of a deal? And are you never going to see them again? Sometimes it is a big deal. Most of the time it's not. And then if you feel, because there's a thing like where people, if they do something wild, especially like violent stuff, where you feel like you're justified because someone's doing something where you're like, I'm justified to do this. And then they go over the top because they're justified to do it. Or it's like neither of those things needed to happen.
Who's justified what?
They feel like they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same idea as like, like some guy like, pushes a kid and then this other guy just like pummels him to the ground and then destroys him.
Right.
You're like, well, you could have just
the dad was in the right. And
but you're like, you could have just
two people got hurt
taken him,
that day.
Yeah, you could have just taken him down and maybe smacked him once and then called it a day. But instead, he made an example by destroying his life. Like what?
Yeah.
There's levels and ways to take care of people. I think like people have lost a lot of the like what would you want for yourself in the other way? Like at least some semblance of human kindness is a little bit gone.
Yeah, which is weird though, because I feel like I don't experience much of that in my real life at all.
I don't think we're rude. I don't think we do anything that's like aggressive.
Yeah.
Maybe we're mundane. Maybe this is a problem.
No, I think it's important to have control of your own emotions and to live life and not have any regrets of how you behaved in public. Like, that sounds like a good time to me.
I know, but how do we pop off then? Should we go to like a forest in Japan or something?
I mean, listen, if we did that now, they would probably go unnoticed, bro.
100%.
I think about like these big scandals on YouTube from like 5-6 years ago, 10 years ago, that would not have moved the needle at all.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because there's more extreme stuff for people to worry about. / there's so much stuff happening. It just goes like literally the same cycle, like not even like 10 days or a week or whatever. It's like give it an hour and people will just forget.
Yeah.
Too much going on.
Attention spans are small or short.
Yeah. Or they think they were staged, or I think it was AI. Like just spin it. That's it.
You learn everything now. Like the level of things that we knew like 10 years ago versus how much we're taking in now is so different, like so much more now. And 90% of it is completely useless information.
Yep. Yeah. How would we change schools to like better fit the information age? Because I feel like when we were growing up,
bring back the Pledge of Allegiance, brother. Oh,
oh wait, no, it's one of these.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Sorry, I went Moses Hogan on that one. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know if I know the Pledge of Allegiance anymore.
Oh man.
Let my people pray, brother.
If we can get
There
a
it
Moses
is.
Hogan reference every episode, I'll be happy.
I'm down.
Wait,
Terry, what time's your reservation?
It's in like 20 minutes. So
Damn,
yeah,
you
man.
gotta start. You gotta start booking them later for recording days.
Well, this one's a massage. She's getting a pre-dinner massage at the cow shed at Soho House. So
yeah, cow shed first. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So he needs it. Actually, the dinner is like 4 hours.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think it's a stretch, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. It's massage. You got change. It's pre-dinner cocktails.
You gotta shower first.
Pre.
They actually
No, it's post pre-dinner
tenderize.
cocktails, and then it's appetizers, and then you're actually in the meal. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
3
They
days.
tenderize the meat while they tenderize your back. It's actually cool. It's like a double entendre.
Whoa.
You know, in some parts of the country, they do both at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Hold
I'm
one to the end.
So I need someone to tenderize my meat.
Hey,
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Anyway, how do we change
respectfully
schools?
flatten it with a hammer. Respectfully cover it in plastic wrap.
Respectfully
Just
bring
Yeah.
that mallet over here, sweet pea.
Yeah. Pound it flat. Please.
respectfully put me on a cutting board and
Yeah.
whack me.
Just ruin any semblance of manhood I have, please.
Oh man. Yep.
Turn the salami into a sliced salami.
You
I
ask
guess.
how we would change schools, and I don't.
Unrelated.
Completely unrelated. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've thought about this a lot because there is like always like school reform going on, positive or negative.
Mm.
And every time I think about it, I'm like, I don't know what the reaction would be en masse to something that I think would work. Like, I don't think I have like the brightest mind to be like, kids should be learning this because this is important. Because I don't. It's really difficult based on where you're from and who you have to rely on. I think more than anything, like standardized testing is stupid, but I think we all kind of agree on that at this point. We're like,
Yeah. I think we go back to the basics.
Yeah. I mean, standardized testing for STEM, I think, is still important because you got to grade, something that's a little bit more regulated in terms of like
sure.
fact and fiction, right? But
I'm saying like as a coverall.
No, not as a coverall, yeah. Because obviously not everybody tests well. Doesn't mean that they're not capable of,
Nor
excellence.
wants to do the same thing.
Nah, I feel like I had this really good class in high school called American Problems. And it was essentially like an advanced, like AP level social studies class.
History. Mm.
Yeah, less of history is more current problems and then contextualization. So what we learned in that class was we take different current issues and current events, give them some historical context, figure out why people, if there are sides, why are there sides? And then the overall arc of that class was just like, how do you approach problems and how do you find solutions and how do you contextualize things better? And it's more about just like, how do you process information and make choices in real life? And it was cool because you kind of start with all of these different games that are kind of like obvious. If they're a little bit obvious if you know what the class is about, but I had no idea. But yeah, we started with all these these games where it was just pictures of like 10 different people, and you like rate them from like dangerous to least dangerous.
Oh man.
Or another 10 people, different ages, be like, who's most capable for this job? And then you talk about bias, right? And you talk about, well, why do you have that bias? And like, where did it come from? Let's analyze that. Let's try and neutralize that if it's possible. But I think I didn't appreciate at the time how important that class was. And that was my senior year of high school. So if we got stuff like that every year as like a capstone, I feel like with the right teacher, that could be really important because I feel like not many people got those lessons, obviously. Because
how do you get people to? Are you talking nationally? That's where I'm hung up on. Is like clearly people think so differently in so many different areas.
Yeah.
And like is a level of like if you were to teach that, like in speaking about bias, like inherent bias from the people that are going to teach it initially and how they're going to teach that like people in a big city and people in Western Mississippi are going to disagree on wholeheartedly.
Right, yeah.
So like to do that like publicly across the entire nation is like impossible. I think about this all the time too. Yeah. Europe has so many countries in it, and it is the same size as like America.
Mm-hmm.
Like America is essentially a continent at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
the amount of places and like the difference in like what's important, what's not important, how people think. Where like it's almost impossible nationally. Like it has to be localized.
Yeah, and it's weird too because I never thought about moving to a different state for the lifestyle. Because I think I've just my family's been here and like all like my social circle is here, so like why would I go? But when I've spent a lot of time in like California or parts of New York or parts of Florida or wherever or Nashville, like if you're there for a long enough time and you start meeting the people that actually live there and having conversations, like I feel like people are generally polite when you're meeting them for the first time, but then there's
Sure.
a couple opinions when you're like, oh. I don't agree with that. I
That's
don't
where
have a
you're at
problem
with that.
And it's just like I acknowledge it. I'm like, we didn't have an argument or anything. I don't need to. It's like I'm not here to convince people that my lifestyle is correct or whatever.
It is,
But you hear like little things, you're like, oh. And then you'd be like, okay, so there's people I just don't follow on social media because then they start posting like stuff. I'm like, oh, I just don't want to see whatever all that is.
yeah.
And I feel like that on both sides, up and down, whatever it is, it's always like that. And I feel like everyone might think in their own environment when it's reinforced by the people around them that that's how it is.
It's
and
the
then you
shared
go
opinion
somewhere
upon
else and
everybody.
it's like,
yeah.
And I feel like maybe if we all traveled more, like I feel like so many people recommend like world travel, like even when you get married or something, like like a long trip around the world, just see how other people live, how experience life outside of your own country and outside of your own like opinion pool, and it's just like refreshing in that way, and eye-opening. But obviously that's from a privileged point of view because not everyone can travel the world, right?
Exactly. Nor is that like the. Sorry, go ahead, Terry.
No, I was just gonna say that yeah, I mean you hit it right on the head, and I think education, the way we've designed it, is very economically centered to be great for certain kinds of people. And it doesn't matter what part of the country you live in, everybody has their pockets of what, and that's why like some kids gotta have to go to private schools to get the education to make them go to the next level, right? So a generalized, where do we start with education? Unfortunately, it starts at home. And what do you teach your kids about people, about food, about language, about culture? And then like it's up to where you put that kid and where you put your trust in the next adult to continue that education.
Right.
And as a minority who grew up in the education system, it's very clear on like you have two paths. You either like go to the school where you gotta like fight to stay in class, fight to like learn something, or you go to like, or you pay a bunch of money and go to the harder school and like be challenged and like get all the resources, la la la. So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation because I think education is like the one thing we do wrong, but also really well.
Yeah.
Like we have some of the best universities in the world, right? People from all over the world come to America to study various amounts of degrees. But like the distance to get to that point is so large, and it's all based on like where you live, who your parents are, and what you learned at the beginning. Because if those people weren't, if your parents weren't instilled in education and their parents weren't, then it's just an evolution of a cycle that keeps going, which we could argue that that's the point for some people in some subgroups trying to stay non-political, or we could say like, whose job is it to make that better? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's an interesting topic. And I wrote a paper on this, but which is why I'm very passionate about it, because I think it's education is a really interesting talking point on who deserves it, why they deserve it, where does it start? And I'm always like, it starts at home. And I think it's the center of a lot of problems are at home.
Totally. Yeah.
All the time.
That's where like your bias, I think, develops too. Because I've noticed in my own life where like my parents just had certain ways of doing things, and the way that they would deliver that is when we were kids is this is the truth. And like it's like right or wrong. Like you have these kind of binary guides. Ooh, what happened? Anyways, these binary guides to how you want to live your life. And I think that's important as a kid when like you don't have the brain capacity to understand like all the elements of those choices, right? But then as you get older, then I think the learning and the education style needs to change because now it's like, well, I have my own experiences pulling off of I have other references now. So maybe like a right and wrong situation is not super applicable anymore because it's a sliding scale, as I've seen. So I feel like, yeah, it's definitely reinforced at home. And I think adults having conversations with their parents it continues to be important, especially as you start families and make these kind of larger economic decisions. You know, and you can educate both ways too. I feel like I always have like really good conversations with my parents now, more so than I had when I was a kid, because I have more information to share and we have more opinions to talk about. And it's less of right and wrong, and it's more of just like, well, what's the best choice to make?
Yeah, and it's a collective understanding that you hope for, right? Because you,
my parents and I definitely don't agree all the time.
Yeah,
right, most of the time, actually.
Yeah.
But eventually, like we both see each other's point of view, and then we make a decision, right?
And then you move on. Yeah,
I think we need to also focus on like learning how to learn. That's always a thing too. It's like a lot of times it's like, this is how it is. Like figure out how to do it instead of being like, here's like the steps that you do to figure out how to learn this. Which I know was applied a lot more in my later schooling years and not at all at the beginning. And then the people who are naturally pretty good at doing that, I would consider myself in that subgroup for sure. Just like, oh, I figured out how to like kind of game this system where like I can understand this more. And then kids that like, again, like aren't dumb. They just learn differently. They're just like completely screwed. Also not given the opportunities that other people are given. So yeah. That's the long and short of it. So that's what we would do for education.
Deep dive in education. I love it.
Destroy it all and bring anyone in.
As three college educated graduates, very privileged experience in schools.
No more
private college experience.
No more information for anybody else.
My answer was actually more Reddit for everybody. Yeah. Just read it, then you read it. Then you're good.
Duolingo, dude. Just do that. In a completely unrelated topic.
Yeah, that's what we're called.
I want to start my own music festival. I want to do this with my favorite Instagram people that come up on my Instagram.
Oh my
and
God.
Make it like the single worst music festival of all time.
Oh my God.
My concern is that I can't post any of it or like make a ranking about it without looking like a complete asshole.
I think
I am so like, for people that don't know, I get the most insane musicians on my Instagram. And none of them are very good, but they're like,
it's a hard veto, bro.
Brain rot, terrifying shit. But it would be so funny, dude. It would be so
It would
funny.
be very funny. I think you should do like a really good short, like this is a really good sketch idea. Yeah. But like, I do think there's entertainment value. What you get on is like a good thing because there's entertainment value and there's like quality of the talent and like skill, right? And I think you see that on other game shows, right? For music, like I remember like America's Got Talent. There's always like some kind of wild people that aren't necessarily like musically talented, but they are entertaining.
Dude.
Great, yeah,
on American
Idol, world famous, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like yes, there's definitely a spot for it. I do think. When you say you want to create a music festival for all these...
Day 3 is tough, dude.
Dude,
it does sound like you're putting on like a musical freak show circus.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're like, look at all these freaks I've gathered for you.
Yeah, greatest showman of the worst shit I've ever heard.
You put them in a cage, also, like, everyone gets fruit and tomatoes.
People go,
fruit and tomato.
We're taking care of them. You can't like berate them on stage, dude. You're there to like enjoy the chaos.
But the chaos is my response, I think, right?
Then the comment section comes to life.
Yeah, it's comment section in real life is crazy. Okay, let me make a suggestion. I've been to a festival where they had an interactive board on the video monitors.
Brutal.
And like there was just like essentially like a little ticker
We
at the
can't
bottom.
do that.
It's like-
Ranking?
It wasn't rankings. It was just like if you had added them on whatever or texted that number, it would show up there, and then they would kind of like get rid of the really bad ones. But you could have some sort of you bring the comment section in real life.
Bud.
So you have to come out, do a couple
Granted,
tunes, and then
I
people
don't
just
think
like,
we have enough people to be looking at those comments at that level, because usually it's like, can't believe you can sing a song in 2 different keys at the same time, like shit like
Right,
that.
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like what are
AI
we
doesn't
doing right now?
understand like sarcasm, right?
Yeah.
So, and at least not yet, but yeah, that's what we were talking about. My
It's
favorite.
like, you're really great. Never do this again. Like all
Yeah.
the time, just that stuff. It's like,
I saw one was like really, really looking forward to you exploring other hobbies.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for your time here.
Yeah.
We don't need any more.
The thing that gets
Yeah,
me
I'm
though
full.
is like,
Yeah, I'm full. Yes.
sometimes these videos are so well produced to the point where like someone has like access to so many things,
Sure.
and this is what they decided to do. And I'm
Well,
not
of
here to
course.
yuck anybody's yum, but I'm just like, no one told you while you're going through this whole process that maybe this isn't that good.
That's probably the bit, though. That's like the point.
Could be. That's why I'm saying bring them on, because then that's fair. Like they know what they're.
I think that's fully on the parents, right? Because I can totally see.
No,
I'm
bro.
thinking,
These people are like
we're back. We're back.
25. These people are like 28.
Right. But they had parents, right? So you got to think about when they're younger. Think about Rebecca Black, for example, right?
Yeah.
She did an interview asking like, well, why did you even go like to that place if you if you knew you couldn't really sing that well? And her thing was like, I told my parents I wanted to be like an artist. I want to make music. And they're like, cool, there's this place that does the whole thing. They'll give you a song, they'll do the video, they'll record it. Like you will do the whole artist thing, and then we can like look at it. And it just happened to become this viral thing because people like hated it or whatever.
Yeah.
And just like it's an example of like technology and access. If you have a little bit of money, a little bit of time, you can explore any of these hobbies fully, right?
Sure.
So I think it's just whoever you're asking for that money from, or if it's your own money, like I don't know. I think it's peer review is always really important to me, but not everybody has peers like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Shout out to all my peers.
shout out to the peers, bro.
Shout out
Pears.
to all my peers, dude. Shout out
Yeah.
Rick Ross. Actually,
I think once you
pears.
get I think don't shout Rick Ross, not today. Yeah, I think community is so important, more important than ever. We talk about it all the time, but like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to make good music if I didn't have people like you guys to tell me that the shit was bad.
Bro,
or not.
what if
That's it.
no one's telling you and it's just ass?
Yo, here's the thing. I have that feeling sometimes.
To be honest, I would
I have
tell
that
you
feeling
like
sometimes.
I would tell you like right away. So you
I don't know if
even
you
have to
tell me
worry
right
about
away.
that.
I think you tell me
would.
like maybe a couple days later when
Yeah.
we're talking about something else. Be like, oh yeah, no, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Nah,
No,
I think I'd be like, I don't like that one.
I
You
wouldn't
give me a
yuck
couple.
it.
I feel like you give me a couple days.
I wouldn't yuck it right away, but then I'd be like, maybe try a different genre or something. Like, if you
Yeah,
find
yeah, I
if
think
you,
that's
if I
fair.
play, but I don't know if I've ever showed like a full thing. I'm like, yo, I'm really proud of this one. And you were like,
you have catalogs though of stuff where I'm like,
yeah,
yo,
but a lot of stuff I'm
facts.
like, I'm just making it to make it.
And not all the
And I'm like,
time.
you
I'm
wanna
like,
hear
this
it.
is great. I'd be like, I don't know about that. Like,
I think there's been a couple I've been like, that's not it.
Right.
Like, I
And it
think there's been a
wasn't.
couple.
Yeah.
I like, I don't think that's the one. Like,
But you
I
also
think for
haven't
music
made
too. It's like if it's a
something-
bad song, you're like, cool. Like sometimes I don't know because I wanted to experiment or I wanted to create
Sure.
something. Right.
that's
Yeah.
part of the process.
Doesn't mean it's a good song.
You haven't
just good for
made
me.
something. Well, yeah, you're also not making like a music video to put on Instagram too, which is a whole different ballgame.
That's true. I should
Um,
go harder with the videos.
No,
'Cause then
you
it-
shouldn't
it
do
can-
what they're
listen,
doing
I'm-
because they
Cringe is
literally
popular right
make
now.
it-
Cringe is in. I'm doing more
is
cringe in
all over
2025.
me, dude.
Do
Cringe
not
takes over
subscribe.
2 hours of my day every day. Where
That's
I
what I'm saying.
watch
I'm trying to
something and I'll
get
be
that
like,
attention. We live in an attention economy. I want 2 hours from you.
like the one
So
girl
if-
that has like, I'm no entree, I'm the main
Oh,
plate, and you're
no.
like, dude,
Oh,
that is
no.
the same thing. That's literally the same thing. Your lyrics are saying the same thing. Like unbelievable stuff. She's really.
There's a lot of
unbelievable.
non.
Hey, hold on, hold
appearance.
on.
Look who made it.
100K
Yeah.
Look at your hair.
Look at that
I
hair.
love
Look at
it.
those bangs.
I love it. What a queen.
The bangs are banging.
What a queen.
See?
Bye.
Aw,
Bye, queen.
Bye.
Big
She's
fan of
leaving the
her.
home.
Big fan of her.
She's going to a
Love.
cabaret.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, this guy from our high school, he started his own theater company. And
Cool.
I remember when he told us about it, we're like, you started your own theater company? I'm like, not, talk about yucking someone's, like, I didn't say shit.
Hopefully he doesn't see this.
No, it's fine. Because he's, listen, I think to our benefit, regardless of what we thought about the talent level or the capacity, we still went out to the events. We still went out to the different shows, whatever. And then many, many years later, they figure it out and like they're doing pretty well. So
Good.
who am I to say anything?
Clearly nobody.
So I say nothing.
Clearly nobody. So you're good.
It is. Yeah, clearly zero.
You're fine, man. Wrong.
Some opinions are just for the car ride home.
You're no entree.
They don't even come to the house, bro. My car is
plate.
full of tea.
Yeah.
What a capital T.
So we're gonna go no on the music festival.
I know that's a thumbs up for me. No, they should have their own stage at Firefest.
I was going to say Firefest.
Think about
I was
it,
thinking about that too, but like
the audience is like influencers and people that are like chronically online and people that have money. So to give them like true, like
trash,
artistic, not trash. It's performance art.
Okay.
In addition to with the backdrop of a social experiment.
Of like social experiment.
Yes, you will see like Chase and Status or like these huge DJs or whatever this weekend. But you're also going to see random dude who has like 25 different polos and like 4 soft filters on him.
And 100,000 followers. Yes. 100,000 and all of them are like that one country band that went crazy viral for that song that was like completely off pitch. Just unbelievable stuff.
Yes.
And now they're performing everywhere. And I'm like, people are going to this. How, dude? It's because of me. It's because of people like me that are commenting on it in a nice way. I comment nice things back to people. I'm not an evil troll. Or just liking it or sharing it and being like, check this one out. And like ESPN, like the guys that run Sports Center, like did a dance to it and lip sync to it. I'm like, I'm the reason for that.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they should be allowed to perform. And maybe I could be that guy, and maybe you guys are just bringing down my dreams. And by you guys, I mean just Terry, because
I said yes.
Maj wants me to happen. Terry's out on letting music ride unless he likes it. It's unbelievable.
We're gonna put a QR code on screen to support as a GoFundMe for Vince's freaky music festival.
And luckily, I took over the playlist at Alinea tonight, so you'll be able to hear all of them.
Oh hell yeah, brother!
I gotta run, so my dinner's waiting.
You can check out Land Law when you're there. It's gonna be cool.
Okay.
By the way, in the interest of moving on, should we talk about a question?
Oh yeah. So speaking of husband Kayla, who was just here, shout out husband Kayla. She brought this really good question. We went on a walk today. And she says, well, the New York Times just put out an article that they interviewed a bunch of people who are Tesla owners that did not vote Republican that are now like trying to sell their cars because of the Elon Musks of it all. So my question to you guys is, would a billionaire who's being very eccentric and being a little bit crazy, would that change your financial decisions in terms of like what car you drive, where you shop online, what groceries you buy, what internet you provide? Like, does it change your behavior?
It does that to people for sure. There's the Walmarts, there's the Amazons, there's the Teslas. My entire argument to all of this stuff is you purchase something that 90% of the time now, because one company owns every company essentially most of the time, is all tiered up to an evil billionaire person. That's kind of the situation for 90 things you buy. And I had this conversation with somebody the other day about the whole Tesla thing. And it's like, like they were protesting Elon, but they had a Tesla. Isn't that funny? And I'm like, well, I don't know who owns Honda or Hyundai or Jeep or Chrysler. If they did something that I don't agree with, and then I have that, it's not like I said it earlier, there's no co-opted car company where you can buy it from the people that build the cars. Like, you have to buy a car at some point. Yeah. And like, if you're making an environmental decision, which Teslas don't really count because lithium battery creation, whatever you want to go with on that level. But like, if you're making it on environmental, like I'm doing the right thing from that end, and then also Elon Musk is the worst dude ever. Like, you can't win that battle. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you really gonna do in that scenario? Same idea as like, I really need like mouthwash tomorrow, and I can only get it on Amazon. So like, damn it, Jeff Bezos, you won again. Like, I have to do that.
I call him Uncle Bezos all the time. Uncle
Do
Jeff.
you? I call him Daddy J.
Daddy J is fun.
Yeah.
See, if he pays me, listen, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think the car thing is interesting because grocery stores and stuff like that are really just based on where you live.
Yeah.
You know, I think the online convenience, like that's impossible to get away from. So I understand that. But I think the car thing in America specifically it taps into this identity issue that we have where cars in America and the way that they brand and advertise cars are very much like a fantasy lifestyle and an extension of your ideal self, right?
Yeah.
It's a status symbol and much like
it's like that in England too.
Literally, yeah, but think about people that get like off-roading cars. Like I'm obsessed with like these big body like full runners or Land Cruiser, whatever it is. I'm never going to take the car off road. Like I'll go camping maybe once or twice, maybe go like skiing or something. But I'm not actually using it for like its intended purpose.
Yeah, individual suspension on all of them. So
and I watch all the videos and like I've never even been to like a course where they go offline, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know where one is. And I feel like cars for many people it's an ideal lifestyle. So I think with the Elon thing, the Tesla problem, I guess, is more pronounced because I'm sure a lot of people that like are generally more supportive of like renewable resources and all this sort of stuff. Maybe that's probably why they bought an EV at the beginning, because that was how they were advertised of like, we're saving the planet and all this sort of stuff. Obviously we've learned more nuance to that. But now I think if you saw Elon at the inauguration, you know, do his giving my heart to the world bullshit. And now you're like, oh, now I have to sell my car.
Yeah.
But now he's like, if that's what got you to sell your Tesla to then buy another luxury vehicle at that price point.
From who? You're Aston Martin, who's probably a great guy too. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, like you're going to buy a BMW now, like a Nazi car? Cool. Like, like what do you want to do?
Exactly my point.
I saw a guy online. He's like, yeah. I was like, well, I went back to my one car and it's a Porsche. And I'm like, literally, the Porsche logo when it spins is a swastika. So, like, what do you want to do here?
I know. Well, the funny thing is too is like this was an estimation. I believe I'm correct about this, but like the introduction of electric cars were mostly like a left, like democratic, like interest.
Yeah.
More than a right saying like, you're going to get away. You're going to get rid of my gas guzzling Hummer and Jeep. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Where are my fossil fuels?
Yeah. And they're like, I need to burn more fuel so I can ruin the world quicker. And then now it's like,
Texas versus California, right?
Yeah.
But then all of the Teslas are made in Texas.
Right. And now it's like, if you're a Republican, you got to get an electric car. It's like, you cannot build a dichotomy. Like you can't have like a 1 or 1 and that's all it is. Like, like I said before, if you want to be 100% honest with it, you're going to have to go and get properly made parts from union workers and build your own car if you want to do it the proper way. Like there's hypocrisy.
Use your feet. Like go for a walk.
Well, there's hypocrisy everywhere, man. It's
it's not. You can't get away from it. Like, and I think if you want to go like, well, I bought my Tesla secondhand, so like the money's not going to him. So like whatever, I still want the car. I like the car. I'm gonna get the car. So
But what about how much of it is like social conditioning, right? Where like they don't want to get associated in a parking lot. Loading their groceries at Costco and be like, "Oh, you still have like Elon."
I think it's a lot of like that. Like, fuck you too.
I think it's like it's the Target effect too. It's like, well, I'm not going to shop at Target anymore because they got rid of all their DEI. Yeah, and like they don't want to support black brands. Well, I mean, sure, you want to take your dollar somewhere else. I think that's a fair point. Everyone's entitled to that. But like, if your closest store is now 30 miles away, and your baby needs baby formula and Target is right next door, your ass is going to Target.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
So, I mean, you can play the game, but like prepare for the game then. Cause like, I don't want to shop at Target, but I went to Target last night because I had to.
Yeah.
So,
Daddy's got to go to
no.
the store. I'll be back in 9 hours.
Yeah, like-
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I gotta like cross the border to go to a
Yeah.
co-op. Like no,
Yeah.
I don't agree with everything, and like, cool, Elon's doing his thing, but like, you want a Tesla? Go buy one secondhand. Go buy a used one.
There's an argument to be made too. It's like, let's say you have to get like a car repaired or you got to get your hair cut, and like your barber doesn't agree with you politically. And I know that's
Yeah.
like not as as aggressive as like a guy running the literal government, but like, I don't care. Are you good at cutting hair, dude? Like,
Yeah,
just
right.
cut
Yeah.
my hair, dude.
Yeah, it's got my hair. I don't care.
I don't think Elon's like, I lost one sale on Tesla. Like, I'm screwed. It's like, does it run properly and is it a good car? You can have that argument, but like, if it is, then you have one. Like, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
And I think one of us in this room will be acquiring one soon. So how do you feel about it?
Yeah.
I think it's Vince personally.
And it's not the bearded. It's not the bearded white man. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, dude?
I'm getting a truck. I don't know what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm out here-
Cybertruck, cool.
I'm out here
Tesla
getting a
Model
RAV5. You know, what
I
mean?
saw a blacked out wrapped Cybertruck the other day. First one
Yep.
that looked kind of cool to me.
I seen it. He literally lives like down the street. I see him every day.
I don't
They're
think it's
cooler.
the same guy. I
They're
saw
much
it
cooler.
in
And
Lake Zurich.
Could be the same guy.
Doubt it.
There's no way. There's no way.
They're much cooler in their non like chrome.
Yeah.
Look. In
I
any
think,
other color, they look
horrendous.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like futuristic stuff. Like I love Star Wars and sci-fi stuff. So I think it fits that category for me. Like I saw the Whistling Diesel video.
it's just
it's whatever it is. But
Storm
I
chasers,
think-
anybody?
I do think they're for the city, bro. They're so big.
That
Yeah,
makes
it
no
makes-
sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
I have a Mini Cooper right now. Like I can park pretty much everywhere, and it's still kind of tight. Like
Yeah. Like tight?
that car, it's
yeah, like
It's
cool.
tight as fuck,
tight?
bro.
tight, and it's
That's
one of these,
just
you know.
tight, dude. Yeah.
One
Mm,
of
okay.
them.
Oh,
But
whoa.
yeah, that
Lock
car I
and
think is
load,
just
baby.
too large.
One of
Like, every time I
thems.
see one of my neighbors has a like a F350, and it takes up like 3 spots on the street. And I'm like, dude, like it's just too
It's
big.
huge.
It's like trying to park like one of those overlanders or a tour bus. Like the street's not made for you.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
all it is, bro.
Well, that's just like it is a look at me situation. That's all that is. It's like
Yeah,
look
and
how
a lot of
cool my
people, I think,
Cybertruck is.
it's the exact, and I think I was one of those people briefly, because this fantasy lifestyle, realized when I saw the ads originally and the reveal for the Cybertruck, I'm like, oh my God, I can do all of this like cool post-apocalyptic, like bulletproof car,
Yeah.
like alien
I'm not going to
invasion
get
stuff.
shot at. It's like, how many times you got
Right.
shot at driving your car, dude?
Exactly.
You
And
might
I
get
Where
live
you,
shot
where you
at.
driving?
You might
We
get
live
shot
in
at
Chicago,
more
right?
because you have a Cybertruck. They're going to be like, I can
Because
shoot
people,
that.
people are like, I
Fine.
can shoot you now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You're now a target.
Yeah.
That's how I know like people are
Congrats.
just like, once again, trolls. And like trolls with guns, the worst kind.
Dude, T's with G's is crazy.
Dude, one of my buddies, I remember when I first got like the voice control in the home, like Google or Alexa or whatever it is. And I'll set up my lights and set up like the temperature and different things, automations. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be really convenient for me. And of course, like my one friend is like, oh, I would never do that in my own house because I would always just like mess with it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then every time he comes over, he just tries to turn on different lights.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he'll just like laugh, he'll cackle because he's like causing chaos in my house. And I'm like, you are the problem. It's not the technology.
Change
And that's
your
why I'm
nickname.
like,
That's what
yeah,
I would
I'm like,
do.
maybe don't come here. What nickname?
Right? Like, you know how they call you something? It's like, hey, Google, what's my name? Or hey, Siri, what's my name?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I like to do that every now and then. Like if I'm house sitting for somebody, I'd be like, change his name to Big Hold Al or something like that. It's like, what's my nickname? It's like, I'm Al and I got big holes. You're like,
That's
what the
it, yeah,
fuck is
there we
that?
go.
That's
There
the
we
way to
go.
do it.
Positive discouragement.
I tried doing that for a little bit, but then I keep like getting different colored light bulbs, and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't work. They don't work with specific things, so then I have to do 4 different voice commands to all fit the same thing. It's real annoying on my end.
It took me a while to kind of figure out my.
Are they
my
all the same
language, I guess.
brand?
No, I think all of the overhead lights, the dimmables, are all the same brand. I think actually
then
most of the
just-
lights are Philips, except for
Yeah.
like this little space
Yeah.
sunset lamp, or it's just a smart plug, and the plugs is just on and off. You can't really do much else.
That's what
But,
I was
like,
thinking of doing.
It's helpful because like I have the new TV, I can turn it off with my voice, which is really helpful because my last one would randomly turn back on because I think if the PlayStation like came out of sleep for some reason, or if I plugged in a controller, it would also turn on the TV. And I remember we turned the TV off, go to bed, and I'd hear the TV turn back on. I'm like,
That's so annoying.
So now it's like it doesn't happen, but if it
Yeah.
did, I could turn it off with my voice, which is cool.
That is really annoying.
But other than that, you know,
Does that
my
happen to
life
your
feels
PlayStation,
exactly-
Terry? What's up, dude?
And
Join
he
the
couldn't even
team.
respond, bro.
Join the team, dude. Come on, dude. I just want to play Madden with you, bro. That's all I
Yo,
want.
get it. Land us another Manscaped ad, and we can.
That's all I want. Yeah, and I will buy you one. Facts. That is factual.
That's it.
All right, so you can own a Tesla. I guess it's fine. You're not giving up to our evil overlords like that. Kind of.
Not
Is that what
yet.
we landed on.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, if Tesla starts saying like racial epithets and shit like that, then we change our mind.
I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be making me uncomfortable. It should just be like doing
Yeah.
a fart pillow thing, and
Yeah.
then doing like it's a toy.
My brother
A
has
toy
one
that gets
in-
me from here to the gym.
His father-in-law went into his house to go take his dog out, and he made it fart when his father-in-law got into his garage, and he like jumped and freaked out. And it was the funniest thing because it records it on the camera. So like we literally
Yes.
saw him walk in, and he's like, "Check this out." I was like, and he was like, "What the fuck? How did that happen?" Tesla
Amazing.
just farts in front of him. I love that, dude. We need more of that in our cars. My biggest argument is the charging time. That's annoying. So
It wasn't a problem for me when I had
Was it like a half an hour?
I had one for a week. Well, also like I don't drive that much every day. Like I'm
We
not
went to
driving like 2
Wisconsin.
hours every day.
yeah,
that's
we went up to
crazy.
Wisconsin, so we had to stop in the middle of it.
Well, did you stop at like a supercharger or you stop at like a regular charger?
Yeah, supercharger in Madison. And stayed there
Madison?
for in
Like 40 minutes? 20 minutes?
35, 40 minutes full charge. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's a bit more, but I mean that's life. I think I don't know. I don't like road trips in general, so Tesla's perfect for me because I'm like I'm not trying to drive more than 3 hours.
I love
Like I'd
road
love
trips.
to personally would love to stop.
Well, we went to the Masters. I had a really good time, so you're a hater.
Oh, I mean these guys.
Oh, where
here
do we go?
in old Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, the
Oh,
MT,
yeah.
the Masters tourney.
Oh, this guy,
Oh shit, there he is.
the Masses,
That was fun.
one of them,
Don't say it like that. That's crazy.
the Masters.
Yeah, we went over
Actually,
to the
they need to
Masters.
change the name of that, man. That's
Yeah,
we
facts.
say the primary, like the primary
Yeah.
bedrooms.
The governors or whatever, like they changed it in the NBA. They changed owners to governors. Yeah, let's go to the governors.
Yikes.
That
We should. I mean,
counts.
listen. If you're going to abolish language, that's one of the first ones to go.
I agree.
Get out of here, bro.
Speaking of language, should we allow AI to create language for us in the version
Let's
of
go
a
for it.
script?
Is there like
Alright.
another format we could do for the story instead
Sure.
of doing like a? Because I feel like we what is it the
My buddy old
First
pal,
person
we
narrator?
can do it however we want to.
We can tell
like-
it to do whatever we want.
That's the beauty of it.
like could we create a Mad Lib? Should we do like an AI Mad Lib?
Oh.
I love the idea of creating. I love Mad Libs personally. I think they're so silly.
We're on AIadlibs.com. It's another one of our
Ooh, yeah.
overlords. It's like the offshoot of the GPT overlord and the script generator. We can
Mm.
enter a prompt to generate it, and then it's going to ask us for the adjectives, nouns, etc.
And then it'll give us a
Let's
story at the end.
go.
Yeah. So
Let's
fucking
go.
enter a prompt to generate an ad lib. Featured ad
Like-
libs have been The Rock fights Kevin Hart, Alien Space Party, A Day in the
Oh.
Life of a Superhero. What if Moses was Hulk Hogan?
What?
Whoa. Okay.
What about that prompt?
That's one.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, you guys don't think
Yeah.
about that? You guys don't
Hell
think about
yeah,
that?
brother. No,
Let
I
my
don't think
people,
about
let
that.
my people go, brother.
Oh, what about the
Yeah.
world's weird? Okay.
The world's weird.
Moses the wrestler.
Yeah. Give me an adjective, Terry.
That dynamic.
Dynamic. Noun, Maj. Noun.
Noun? Poop.
Obviously, you would do that.
I keep it so simple, bro.
He's 32/33 for keep
I
reading
might
your
be
age.
30.
And he still does poop. Plural noun.
Poop slides.
Poops slides.
So-
Let's do toenails.
Toenails. Good.
Toenails.
Good.
Wow. Okay.
Terry, another
Keep it glow.
adjective.
Not so fast.
Not so fast.
No, Terry, don't rush.
Oh,
Gigantic.
gigantic, big, gigantic.
I
And
love
then
how Terry,
Maj, you got
put
an
real thought
ad.
into
You got
this.
an adverb.
Ooh.
We could say
Gro-
nastily.
You could say disgustingly.
Yeah. There we go. Disgustingly.
I was just trying,
Generate.
like,
Wow, this is short. Okay. Once
Jesus.
upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a dynamic wrestler named Moses. Moses was known for his incredible strength and poop. He'd spend hours.
got
He'd
it.
spend hours training in the gym, lifting toenails and running on the treadmill. One day,
All
Moses
right.
decided to enter a gigantic wrestling competition. The competition was fierce, but Moses used his disgustingly skills to defeat his opponent and become champion.
Okay.
Okay. This I don't know if this is a winning format
That
for
was
us.
respectfully, that was ass. Should we try another one?
Respectfully, that was
That was interesting.
Should we try another
Yeah.
one?
yeah. Hit another one. Maybe go with their featured ones, and we could just fill
Okay.
in with funny. Yeah, let's go for
Okay.
humorous words as possible. Because I think if you say dynamic, it just makes them look good, and you're like, oh yeah, he was actually really vibrant in there.
Narcotics
Okay.
Anonymous is
Shout out-
wild.
shout out Moses.
There's us 3 minutes ago. Moses the wrestler. Shout out to that.
Oh, shit.
Ice cream
Oh.
shop adventure
I
A
wish some-
visit
yeah, that
to
sounds
the
good.
ocean.
should be about breakfast tacos, right? Remember that story? That was fun. Shout out Carl. Adjective, Mosh.
Slimy.
Slimy. Plural noun, Terry. Children.
Sure. Okay.
Color, I'm gonna go sepia.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Adjective,
Do you-
Mosh.
Adjective. Busted.
Busted. Like a face. Terry, noun.
Noun?
Yeah.
Poop is right there, bro.
Yeah.
Poop is right there, brother.
Bro, there's
right.
poop right there, bro. Poop right
Poop is
there,
right
bro.
there. Poop is right there, brother.
Right there, dude.
Let's go with kitchen.
Kitchen.
Okay. Someone's thinking renovation.
And
Let's go.
I will do
White shaker cabinets.
You said slimy earlier.
Yeah.
We'll go moist for the adjective.
You know what I
Generate
heard
ad-lib.
recently? I think one of you guys said it. One of you guys said throaty the other day.
That was not me. That's not
No?
something I would say.
It was
Well, for
reference to
singing.
singing.
For singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Like, it's
think
a little throaty, and I was like,
I would assume.
"Oh
it
no, it
was
wasn't throaty."
Andrew-
Someone said I need to train my throat. Someone said that.
It was probably Andrew or Erica.
And I
'Cause
was
that is
like,
something,
"Oh,
that is something that
Train
makes
that-
sense in
Train that
singing.
throat.
It makes sense in singing, and then other than that, it's purely sexual. All right, the ice cream shop adventure.
All right.
Today, I went to the ice cream shop with my slimy friend. What a fun
Oh.
hell
day.
yeah!"
We walked in, immediately saw so many children to choose from. My friend picked a sepia ice cream cone, while I went for a busted sundae with extra kitchen on top. Extra kitchen on top.
It's got like spoons and like extra.
Dude,
shit
these
on
are
top of
too
it.
these are too specific where it doesn't make any sense. I got a busted sundae with kitchen on top. We sat outside and enjoyed our delicious treats in the moist sunshine.
Oh God.
Ew,
That's
dude.
disturbing.
Listen,
I
that's why
hate
the friend's
these.
slimy. He's covered in melted kitchen.
I want to do cheating confession.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Dude, actually,
verb
I've not been getting that on Instagram anymore. I used to get so much like couples
cheating
caught content.
confessionals. Oh yeah,
I clicked not interested one time and it's gone.
Yeah.
that's good.
I
Yeah.
don't see it at all, bro. It's
A
been great.
verb ending in ing. Let's go.
Farting?
What do
Conveniently.
they call? What do they call that?
Farting.
Like, what do they call that
Farting.
when you're doing the?
What's
You remember,
that?
they used to call it like the karaoke when you would like cross your legs and then go left and then cross your legs and go. You're like running sideways.
Crisscross? Like
Yeah, where your feet are
he's
going
talking
like boom, boom, boom.
The ladder run?
uh,
The ladder run?
no.
We used to call it karaokeing in football.
I know what you're talking about. We had a
Yeah.
different word for it. It wasn't karaokeing. When you go,
Same.
when you're kind of like swinging and running.
Yeah.
Verb.
Oh, so it is called it's a karaoke drill, but it's not. It's CARIOCA.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
What did we call it? We called it something weird. Grapevine.
Yeah,
Grapevine to the
grapevines.
left.
Why? But why do we
Grapevine
call
to
that?
Well, grapevine
Grapevine.
is. I thought grapevine was just like the dance move where you do like 2 of them.
So grapevine
Ca-
is a common name for the carioca. Carioca is derived from Brazilian dance
Got
samba.
it.
And
Because
it's
we would
spelled
do
CAR.
karaoke across like the entire gym and then all the way back
Yeah.
as like for lateral movement on football. Okay, I
Yeah.
put karaokeing for my verb. Adjective. Either one of
Small.
you.
Small.
Small. All right, Maj, give me an emotion. Lustful.
What are those? What are those?
Lustful.
Ultra horny.
Ultra horned up.
There
verb.
we go. Yeah, that's it.
I'll do a verb. Let's go. Torquing. Is that a good one?
What is torquing?
Like torquing up, like.
Oh, like an engine.
Yeah.
Like you're getting revved up.
Yeah, that guy's
Revved
torquing. Give me an adjective, Terry.
Green.
Green. Generate.
Oh,
I never thought
Okay.
I would get karaokeing on a test. But last week I was small enough to try it. I was so ultra horned up when my teacher caught me. Oh, I should have put torque.
Maybe torquing in front of the whole class.
Maybe torque in front of the whole class. It was the most green moment of my life.
Let's go.
Yo,
That's brutal.
This kid needs corporal punishment, bro.
Yo, these Mad Libs suck, bro. All right, let's do one more. Apocalyptic battle.
All right.
Adjective. Maj, give me one.
Stinky.
Stinky. Another adjective, Terry.
Bumpy.
Bumpy.
Did that already.
Plural noun. Ants.
Ooh, fun.
Plural noun. Maj. I'm gonna go antes.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Plural noun.
I was guns.
Guns. Nice. I love those things. Adjective.
Could you
Terry.
all caps that one?
Guns.
Guns akimbo, baby.
Sweet. I put guns. All right.
Yeah,
Terry.
John Wick 6.
Adjective.
Tall.
Plural noun again. Let's go. Grenades.
Nipples.
Nipples.
Yeah. I put a half price grenades. There you go. Generate.
I love.
In the midst of
Oh.
the apocalypse, the stinky machines were pitted against the bumpy zombies. The machines were equipped with antes who could blast through anything in their path, while the zombies relied on their sheer numbers and insatiable hunger for guns.
Guns.
Let's go.
As the battle raged on, it became clear that the machine's tall technology was no match for the relentless onslaught of the zombies. But just when it seemed like all hope was lost, the machines unleashed their secret weapon, a virus that targeted the zombies' half-price grenades, rendering them powerless and allowing the machines to emerge victorious.
Nice.
Dude, the problem is they
I love
shouldn't
the
have went for
aftermath.
discounted grenades.
That's what I say.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story.
Bumpy zombies are like trying to get a deal during a war.
Well, they took all of our antes and used them to blast through anything in their path. It's me.
Yeah, so that we disrupted their family dynamic as well.
I think AI kind of stinks, man.
Listen, as once again, the whole point of this exercise is to help people feel a little bit more in power when
Yeah.
they're
Do their
approaching
things.
AI technology. Listen,
Yep.
it's not there yet.
Nuh-uh.
It's not there
Certainly
yet.
not.
Like
And they took our
It's-
antes.
listen. if you think your job's gonna be taken over by AI, use AI.
Nah, you're
to be
good.
better at your job. Just like figure it out. Use it as
Yeah.
a tool. It's not that great.
Insatiable
Yeah,
hunger for guns.
Mhm. Tall machines.
Yeah.
I feel like tall machines versus zombies would work because, at least in the ones that I've seen, they can't really climb. that
Maybe they
fast.
should include more adjectives and titles. Like instead of like aliens versus predators, it's like tall, smart aliens versus short, like thrifty predators.
Oh shit!
Short, thrifty
Yeah.
predators.
It's like, oh, throw
Yeah.
that half price grenade. It's like, how did you know I got this on sale?
Honestly, that would get my dad. Listen,
half price
that'd be so
grenades for
funny.
sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. Any sort
I
of
think
like
we all would buy those.
novelty weapon or like outdoor gear. If he got a deal
Actually,
on it too,
dude,
there's
I
no way he's
wouldn't-
not buying that.
I wouldn't
I'd
buy
buy a
half
half-price
price
grenade.
grenades. I don't think I would. Because
What if
why
it was
are they
a
half price,
non-functional-
Sherry? Why are they half
non-functional-
price?
What if it was like a what do you call it? Like for a gift, like it was a display, like a
Yeah,
collector's
yeah,
keepsake.
like a dud grenade where it doesn't actually
Yeah, dud
blow
grenade.
up.
Which why would you buy dud grenades anyways?
Because they look cool.
Just
and
get
you're
a
like,
get a fake one.
yeah, but then it's not like real like industry steel or whatever.
Whatever, but there's no at all danger. that
Well,
it's
you
gonna blow
obviously
up in your
don't
house.
have a passion for grenades.
All the ones I've seen are full price. So
Yeah, yeah.
sorry.
Well,
There
they're
it is.
half price. So
Listen, they're the same price as eggs right now. Can't afford
Was
it.
it?
Sorry, bro.
Was it Parks and Rec where Ron Swanson like buys a grenade for like April or something like that? You guys remember that in that show?
Didn't watch it.
And then eventually like she pulls the pin and it's a real grenade and they're like, you told us it was fake, and he's like, oh, yeah,
I
it's
think
real.
so. I think I remember
Yeah.
that.
I would think that the whole time if I buy a dud grenade. Also, I wouldn't buy a half price grenade. That seems like something that I would want to pay full price for because there's probably a reason they're on sale and probably
Yeah,
who,
I wanna-
you know who doesn't have
Hezbollah.
half price grenades?
who.
Alinea. Full price.
Is
they
a
don't
grenade a
get-
drink?
Yeah, we had one in New Orleans.
I think those are hurricanes.
They have grenades there too, though. I think.
they're two separate drinks.
What's in a grenade? Look this up.
It's definitely has grenadine in it.
Let's
Oh, it's
look.
got to.
Not Garden.
Hand grenade is from the tropical isle, New Orleans' most powerful drink. Come on.
Oh Lord, vodka, rum, gin, and melon liqueur.
Yeah, it's
That green one,
bro. Yeah.
Yes,
And it
yeah,
comes
yeah,
in
yeah.
like it comes in the grenade cup. It looks like
It was invented
a
in
Long
Louisiana.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a Long Island iced tea. I know, I wasn't lying to you. I told you. It's
I
from
never
New
had
Orleans.
one of these.
I think we got one. I think we got one at that one place that had the hurricanes too.
I think I tapped out at the frozen margarita that absolutely
The
like brought me to
daiquiri?
another planet.
Yeah,
it was a
you got
daiquiri?
you got smoked by the daiquiri.
Dude,
yeah.
they sent me to Mars after that one.
Yeah, bro.
Delicious.
We went on a maybe next time we tell stories about our
Drunk stories? We should bring back drunk stories?
I would share our vacation chaos stories that we've done in the past.
Mm.
We've went on a lot of vacations together. I think it would be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to go on like at least 10 more.
I'm trying to go see Normandy. I've been watching Band of Brothers a lot recently, so
You can do it after Terry's wedding.
I'm thinking about it. I might do it before too.
Is there a train
We'll
that
see.
goes from Paris to Normandy?
I don't know.
Wow.
It's not that far
Wow.
though. It's like 3 hours, so it'd be
it's
worth
close.
it.
Do it.
I want to go see Utah Beach, dude. It's my birthday. My birthday is the invasion of Normandy, so wanna go.
Oh.
I want to go see it. It's like for my namesake.
Now, Normandy, so the beach where they actually,
There's 3 different ones.
right, but to
Utah
my-
Beach is
where,
Utah
yeah,
is
where
on
is
the
it though?
Utah Beach is on the western spot. There's 3 different beaches where they came in on. I forgot the other 2. Something with a
Right.
C. It's on the edge. Here, let me actually pull up Google Maps. I'll show you.
Because I remember like the first time I looked at this, like Normandy
Welcome
was
back
not
to White
directly on the
Boy
water.
History Hour.
He loves world wars. Loves world wars.
I
one,
did take a
two, and
20th
potentially
Century Wars
3.
class. I took a 20th Century Wars class in college.
Wow.
That sounds
That's
fun.
Algeria. That's Algeria.
Dude, this zooming on the map reminds me of that dude on Instagram that does like he'll take a picture of anything, like a rock.
Oh, and he'll
it'll
find
show-
exactly where it is.
I think those are so staged.
They have to be, right?
There have to be. Because like how much of an expert can you be?
You can't.
Like,
I
there's
don't
just
think
no
you can.
way. Some of the ones that I've seen, I'm like, it's literally
I
impossible
think
to know.
that's Utah Beach.
And now he's doing ones from like inside of buildings now. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this
it's
man is just
crazy.
zoomed all the way in, and then he's showing you the reverse process. And we've all been fooled.
Yeah.
That actually would be very funny. Yeah, Utah Beach is here. So
Okay, you
Normandy's
go there. I'll
technically
go to
right here.
Monaco.
Utah Beach is right here, right by Jersey, which is pre-Jersey, before New Jersey.
Hmm.
Oh, that's Ochi
And
jersey?
then Kane right here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. There's probably one in England too or
Wow.
whatever, but yeah.
I should really study Europe.
I should really study Europe.
Yeah.
I
But Utah
really should.
Beach is where the Easy Company went, the 101st Infantry or whatever the hell their name is. Paratroopers. So I want to go see that.
Yes.
I'm real into that
Got
stuff.
it. So the battles were on those little islands?
You know how you ever see Dunkirk? No, they weren't on the
Yeah.
islands.
Yeah, it was a little boring.
So they come in from England down and went through Normandy, the beach, and then they made their way up through like Belgium. Up to Germany, pushed him back all the way to Berlin, and then made him surrender.
That's a nice boat ride.
What's that? Through the English
from
Channel?
London to France.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Oh yeah, lots of
through
wars.
Belgium?
Lots of wars in this
Yeah.
little area of the world.
Most
nice.
wars.
Yeah.
In that situation, you'd want to take the long way. You know, you want to see the sights before they get all blown up.
Long way. You ever see that?
Yeah, all
That
the way
video?
around.
You ever see that video though? Where it's like PB&J the long way. You guys ever
Yes,
seen
I
that?
have. Yeah, yes.
I love those videos, dude. It's like, oh, he wants it the long way.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so that might be a thing that I do. We'll see what happens.
Sweet.
That's cool, man. Get that history in.
I would love
You'll
to.
love that.
It'll be cool. It's my birthday, man. All right. I think that is just about the Unrelated podcast. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
We
I
covered a
think- I
lot
think-
today.
By the
Yeah.
time
Covered a
next
bunch
week
today.
comes, we will be able to talk about the Maj album release party that we are partaking in this week.
Big week.
Yeah.
Big
with-
week.
with-
Boys got a big week.
This
with
is
King
a big week.
Maj.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have reports from Chicago, St. Patrick's Day. We'll have a lot to talk about
Oh.
next week. So
Yeah.
That's right.
gear up.
And I think
kids.
that's a great opportunity to talk about drunk stories next week.
DS.
Yes.
Yeah. Nintendo
We'll have
drunk
a couple
stories.
more. Yeah, a couple new ones.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you for checking in. Follow, like, all that. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Baby, you can waste my time, my guy. We can go there if you want it.
Oh boy.
Oh, I like that one.
Smash the bell.
bell.
Smash the bell. Smash that
Notifications
bell.
on.